Hello everyone, welcome to the ESL server tutorial. In this episode I'm going to talk about the PE range of ESL labels and the back office simulator. Now, first of all, the PE range of labels. PE stands for powered ESL instead of EE, which stands for the battery powered electronic ESLs. And if you look at it on first glance, the labels don't seem that different. It's still an e-paper, everything's almost the same, but where these use a battery on the back, these have powered tips. You need to place these on a powered rail, and the reason for that is because these labels have NFC and LEDs and buzzers on board. And we'll get to the reason why they have all of these features in a second. First of all, let me tell you about the actual power rail and how you connect the labels to them. So we have our power rail, and in this case I have one powered by USB, and I have a couple of labels already on the rail. We have a positive and negative line walking through the framing here. We can place our label in there. As you can see, I'm holding it sideways. It snaps in place. You turn it counterclockwise, it locks in place. You already maybe saw a couple of LEDs blinking. The screen refreshes. That is a clear visual indicator that the ESL is powered. And now to show you one of the cool features of these ESLs. They have LEDs on board. And besides LEDs, they also have a buzzer in order to play sounds. And as you saw, I was holding a card in front of the ESLs. And that is the last part that makes the PE range different. It is that these have a NFC coil inside of them. They have a field emitting a small amount of power, and when one of these cards gets near enough, there is also a coil in these cards. It boots up and it starts spreading its ID. The ESL detects that ID and responds to it. That's a bit technical. Basically, it's the same as how your ATM card or bank card can be used for wireless transaction. It's when you use the public transport with one of those chip cards. You press it against a terminal, the terminal reads the data that it needs from the card, and then it says you can get on board, or there's not enough cash on your card at the moment for you to ride this bus or buy this item. Now, what it means is that we can create stores that don't have any cash registers. In a normal store, you walk through the store, you take the items off the shelf, put them in your basket, go to a cash register, take them all out of your basket, give them to the cashier, she scans them, you put them back in your basket, you pay for them, and you leave. With these ESLs, we can make that process a lot easier. Instead of going to a cash register, you just have one of your NFC cards, you walk around the store, you tap the label of the items that you want to buy, and when you're done shopping, depending on how you want to integrate this system, you can either just walk out of the store and let automatic invoicing do the rest, or you can have a user go past a unmanned, cashierless point of sale system and have them pay for their items there. But they don't have to take any of their items out of their basket. It makes for a seamless shopping experience, and it will certainly help you with customers who only want to get in and out really quick. So when they enter the store, they won't see any long lines before the cash registers. They can just walk in, tap, 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 walk back out. Now, I want to show you a demo of how we use that. So basically what we have is a software development kit. This development kit is under non-disclosure agreement, so if you want to use it, feel free to contact contact Opticon for both the powered labels and access to the software development kit, because you will also get the source code, so you can change the source code just the way you like for your specific circumstance. When you get that software development kit, you can open the ESL server software, go to Settings, go to Import and Export, press the Import button, and I have the software development kit right here. Choose the ESL server folder, configuration. There's one for Microsoft SQL and for MySQL. As I'm using MySQL, I'm going to open this one. After a while, it says the configuration was successfully imported, and a couple of things have changed around. First off, when we go to the event handler, it has been enabled, and a couple of new events have been registered and configured. And this is an interesting one. When there is an NFC event of any kind, go to this URL with a post command. Post is an HTML verb, and throw in all of these parameters to that port, which means that we have something that needs to be listening on that port. And we have that in the case of the back office SIM. And if we put that up, it is now running. And as we saw in ESL server, it's going to post to this URL, and we can actually visit that in our browser to see that the back office simulator is working properly. Here we go. We get a response back over the HTML that the back office simulation is working, and at current version 1.0.7.0. Another thing that has changed, if we go to the Data tab, we can see that there is a new source folder for the web application called PE Range Demo, which is also now hosted on PE Range Demo, localhost 8015. If we test that link, we still have the login screen that we had, but above that is a shopping cart. Like I told you, you can walk around the store, tap the ESLs with the NFC chips, and a basket will automatically fill. So that's awesome. And then there is a last thing that has changed. In our templates, we have new templates, and among them are payment terminals. We can use this in our demo as sort of a cashier system, the point of sale. We can say, we're done shopping now, tap that ESL, and we're done. So let's put it into practice. We have our ESLs. We went to the ESL tab and connected them to products. Now let's go ahead and tap them. When you get the software development kit and the demo kit, you will also get these customer cards. Basically, these customer cards come with a certain number on it, and if you tap the ESL, well, something went wrong. I was expecting that to happen. What happened was, the ESL server detected a tap on one of these ESLs, and with the help of the event handler, send it to the back office, which we have running over here. So there we go. And it actually gives us an error. The customer is not registered. Customer 9 7 zeros and a 1. There was a detect event, and it was handled with an error. This is a safety feature. You don't want just anybody to walk into the store with a fake card that just happens to send out an ID. We only want registered users. So we also have the admin card. If I take an admin card and tap the ESL, then the admin card instructs the ESL that the next time that the customer comes by, that is an actual trusted one. That's more like it. We hear the detect, and the green LEDs mean we've tapped the item. It's now in our basket. So we can see twice did customer 900001 buy the ladies pumps item. And if we go to the store and the shopping cart, we can see in the shopping cart of that user, there are 2 of the ladies pumps. Now, if I get another customer card and use that card to tap, the shopping cart automatically switches to that user. And you can tap and tap and tap which way you want. And I've actually connected 2 to the same product. So even though it's 2 different ESLs, the same product is being updated in the background. Now, what if you bought an item and you don't want it anymore? You want to take it out of the shopping cart. What if you don't need 2 sets of views, you only want 1? So if a customer wants to take the item back out of his basket, he takes his card, taps the ESL, keeps it in place for a bit longer, and then it registers as an untap. And back in the shopping cart, we can see that instead of 2 sets of ladies pumps, we only have 1. As we saw earlier, we had a new template for a payment terminal. So let's take one of the pineapple juices that we have right now and turn it into a payment terminal. So we're going back to the ESL server. We're going to take this label and relink it. During the import, it also added a new product called payment with the product ID pay. And with the help of templates, the payment terminal will use the pay template. So any second now, the ESL will update to this latest template. Going to make it go a bit faster. There we go. The payment terminal is now active. And as you can see, there is a small blinking light going off every couple of seconds to attract customers to the fact that this is a payment terminal. So if we go back to our shopping cart, oh, that's not a shopping cart, and we say, all right, we are customer 90001, and we're buying shoes, and we're buying all kinds of pineapples. When we're done shopping, we say, I want to pay. And boom, our shopping cart is empty. Now, in the case of this tutorial, the payment is a simulation of whatever situation that you want to have in your store. You can have a completely cashierless system using automatic invoicing, so that instead of going past a payment terminal, the customer just walks out of the store, and after a set amount of time, like 15 minutes, the system decides that user's probably done shopping, let's close his basket and automatically deduct the money from his bank account. Now, if you fear that that might help with people shoplifting in your store and you're worried about that, we can also do a traditional type of payment system where instead of just walking out the store, you still need to go to an actual point of sale system. You can have a shopping employee at the store keeping an eye on everyone paying for their items to make sure that nobody is shoplifting. But customers can still perform their actual payment without the help of an employee, which shortens the line, helps with turnover, and lowers the amount of people that you need in a store to run it. And there's also still another option. If you still want to use the old-fashioned way of store employees behind a cash register, instead of the customer having to take everything out of his basket, they can just hand over their cards. The cashier then scans it, can look at the basket whether they are probably telling the truth. They can transact the money, even normal cash, not even digital payment, and then they can walk out the store as usual. If you want this demo kit and the software and want to create an environment that suits your needs perfectly, feel free to contact Opticon. All of our contact information is in the description. And with that, I have explained everything there is to know about the PE system. If you still have questions remaining, feel free to contact us. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Feel free to watch our other tutorials as well. And for now, have a good day. Bye-bye.